Hi, welcome to My Two Bits. My name's Laura Batante, and today we're going to be making these very adorable little Christmas ornaments, Rudolph. And I have made him two ways. I've made him with the sort of extra embellishments, which is these little tiny jingle bells and a nose, which I just got out of a dollar store thing like this. And I've also made him just out of paper. And super easy to do, and all you need is some colored paper. This is cardstock, and I've got 2 shades of brown, some pink for his ears, red for his nose and collar, glue stick, scissors, and you're going to need this, which I have attached this template in the notes for this video. So let's get started. One thing I want to show you is when I'm cutting out something that has all these little curves on it, I will just go in ahead and do an initial cut that's kind of very straight, just to sort of get rid of some of the bulkiness in the area, and then I'll go back and retrim it, focusing on getting it smooth. And so that's just something you might try too, just to make it a little bit easier for you, because this is sort of a little bit of a detailed area right here. Okay, so I've got all the pieces cut out, and if you had some issues, I know this is a little bit of a tricky spot right here in the antlers. If they're not super smooth, don't worry about it. They're antlers, so a little choppy is just fine. Now, before we glue together, what we're going to do is we are going to punch a hole. You see this little tiny dot right here for where we're going to thread through the fishing line. Now, lots of times when I'm doing ornaments, I will use like a butcher's twine like this because it's really cute. But I found that for the reindeer, it was just a little bit too fussy right through the antlers to have all that. And I have to punch here in the antlers because if you're putting on the jingle bells, then he's a little bit top heavy, so you can't put the hole right there. All right, so I put the fishing line on, and you need to do that before you glue on the body because it actually goes over top and covers the hole. So once you get your 2 pieces cut out, this is the time to sort of check and see how your cutting was, if there's any spots that you want to kind of touch up. It doesn't have to be even. It's not really important that it be super even. It kind of gives it that handmade quality when you do that. So I'm going to take a little smidge off the tummy here and just fix up his nose just a little bit, and then we will be good to glue. All right, I'm just going to glue that in a second, but before I do that, if you do not have the little miniature jingle bells, then just take a hole punch and punch out 3 little circles out of yellow or gold, whichever you have. Okay, so like I said, we're just going to put this down with some glue, and then we're almost done. I mean, this craft doesn't take a long time. Really, the hardest part is doing the cutting. And once you get this glued down, you can always touch up the cutting a bit more if you want to. I have, because I'm going to put the jingle bells on, I have fired up the old glue gun, but if you're just going to use the paper, the cardstock, then you don't need to worry about it. And so we are gluing over top of the fishing line. Okay, good. And then, like I said, I'll just, if I see a spot that I don't love, just don't cut the fishing line. Just going to take that little hump off there. But like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. I do all of my cut paper work like this, and one of the things that I like about it actually is the inconsistent lines. I just think it adds a little bit of character. But you go ahead and do what you like. So once we have that on, as you can see, there's not much left to do. So I'm going to make the 2 collars. I'm going to make the one with the yellow dots for bells, and I'm going to make the one with the jingle bells so you can see both. And so first thing we have to do is actually get the collar glued. Okay. Oops, helps if you have the glue out. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's one. And 2. Okay, and so if we are doing the circles, I did put on the template a little X where the, I think I did, no, yes I did. I put a little dot, just evenly spaced, but you don't need to use that. You can just use your eyeballs for this. It's not too tricky. Yikes. Just kind of put them evenly spaced. And I sort of have them hanging down a bit because, but you don't have to. You can center them if you want. Do what you like. Make it your own. There we go. So that's the first collar. And I'm just going to pop his ear on before I make the second collar. I just want to make sure that my glue gun is nice, and I wish I'd stopped doing that. Okay. Make sure that the glue gun is nice and hot. And you could also use, I have done this with, attach the jingle bells with the sticky crafty glue. That also works. So, and I think we could go ahead and attach this. Actually, what we'll do is I think it'll be fine. We'll just put the jingle bells on and then we'll attach it. And the tricky part here is trying to keep them face up, but without burning yourself. Okay. Get the threads off in a minute. That would be upside down. I love it when I glue myself. Okay, there we go. Nope, there we don't go. I had a feeling. That is tricky, I tell you, to find the little end and then not burn yourself. Which is why I don't use hot glue very much. But in this case, I thought it would be faster. So I did. And I will get the rest of those strings off in a minute. Okay. So, the beauty of hot glue is that it dries really fast. And so we can attach that. It just goes at the base of his collar. It is, base of his neck, sorry. I do have the lines on there if you need them, but really just put it how you like it. Okay, and then we have his nose. So that will go like that. Or if you have the little red embellishment, and you could use whatever you find. I mean, This was pure fluke that I ran across this in the dollar store. So so you could use a button or whatever you find. There we go. Get the glue off his ear. Sorry about that. Okay, there. And now he needs some dots for eyes. So we'll put those up here nice and close. And he's done. Well, there we are. We have a nice little set of them now. And I think they look really cute and they look very sweet hanging in the Christmas tree. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you'd give me a like. Please consider subscribing to the channel because I do have lots more crafts coming up. Next week, we'll be doing the polar bear treat box. And thank you very much for taking the time and crafting with me today.